2013 F150, the vehicle is misfiring. It did have a P0305 present on it. The check engine light wasn't flashing on it. I was getting ready to do a test drive for finishing up on a brake service, and it is flashing now. I did move the coil around, and with the scan tool, this is a 4, 5, 6 on the driver's side on the count. So I moved it from the 5 position to 4, and the bolt did follow the coil. It's got 200,000 miles, so it probably needs plugs as well, but going to start with a coil and go from there. On this 13 F150, went and moved the coils around, so it ends up new coils on cylinder 5. And of course, typical of Ford in many instances is the weather pack. Once you unplug the connector, it doesn't like to go back on. So a trick that I do for this is I have a little back probe, and I put a little bit of dielectric grease around the grommet here. I'll show you here in just a second. But once you do that and lubricate that seal, it tends to go on okay. Okay, here's the weather pack on it now, and you can see it's there. Remember, it wasn't going on, and that goes on like butter. Your secondary tab. So if you're struggling to plug these connectors in, use that dielectric grease, and it will help going on. I don't know if the O-ring rolls or it swells or what it is, but using that pick and rolling a little bit of dielectric around it helps that seal up. Just do your best not to get anything on the connector itself. Final verification on this 13 F150 with 3.7 in it. So before it was counting on 5 and dropping on that consistently on it. Move the coil to 4, it was dropping all the time. Just move stuff back around, so 4 will put it back. Installed a new coil in cylinder 5, and it is running well. The overall line is even on it, which is an indication that it's not dropping out. You might see a little bit here and there, one thing, but I'm not feeling a miss, and I have it in gear in the AC on, so that tends to put a load on the engine where if it has like any kind of like ignition leaking or something like that, it's more prone to occur. So I'm sure it still needs spark plugs, but at least it's not a dead miss, and if we're lucky, it may have saved the catalytic converter, but I have to drive it and see how that does. Using my little micro scan here, going to do clear codes. It's pretty quick for getting in there, and just wanted to show something on this as well. So this key on reads the codes automatically on it. So confirmed codes are ones that are going to turn on the check engine light. Pending codes are ones that will take 2 times to turn fail. So pending means it's on once, and if it comes on a second time, turns light on. The other one that it has, now this does not have a check engine light or anything of this, but this is more of if the battery wasn't hooked or something like that. Permanent codes are something that will run, and it will be there until the computer determines that everything's good on it. So this is something, permanent codes can only be cleared by the computer itself. So don't worry about those, fix it, let it drive it, and they'll go away eventually. For another thing here before I clear the codes on it, this is going to display different on different scan tools. There's a thing called monitors. They are basically systems of multiple self-tests, basically comprised of specific systems on it. So we're going to check the completed since DTC cleared. Haven't cleared anything yet. So we have fuel, cat, and that's the main thing that I'm looking at on this to see if it's so. Once the codes are cleared, all of these are going to go to not ready on it. So the thing with a misfire present, if the catalyst was not complete before, it usually will suspend the catalytic converter monitor. So you may have a hidden code. If it's been running bad for a really long time, that's hard on the catalytic converters and can cause damage to it. So I'm going to clear it out, and then the customer's going to have to drive it, and we'll see what happens.